The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
Still streaming. Holmberg's Morning Sickness. Online at 98kupd.com.
Good morning, everybody. Hello there. Welcome to the Morning Sickness. It is 5:45. It's Thursday. And off we go. My name's John Holmberg. There's Brady Bogan. There's an unprepared Brett Vesley. And then there's Dick Toledo. Vesley in here talking about his big night at Hooters last night. Didn't bring any of his stuff into the room. No headphones, no. None of his writings, his musings. Nothing at all.
I'm ready.
Welcome to the show, Brett.
Thanks, buddy.
Good to have you, buddy. How was Hooters last night? Pretty good?
It was good. It was good. It was pretty packed early up and ran through all the glasses.
Nice.
Like, right away, everybody's like, I need those pint glasses. So
they're huge. People love tangible gifts.
Oh, yeah. And a couple of the members of the Arizona drinking team showed up,
Nice.
of course. So, you know.
They're going to make our events with beer
absolutely
successes every time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always good. Ching Chavez goes out the door. Now, let me ask you this. You were at Hooters last night. You had probably a table you sat at.
Yep.
Did you pay for anything?
No, actually, some dude was buying me drinks.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I bought, in return, bought him 2 shots.
Did you talk to any waitresses, waiters, or managers about someone who is late on a bill there at Hooters by about 4 years? Maybe more?
Wrong one.
Is that the wrong one? I thought that was
the Metro Center one?
I thought
Mesa.
that
Oh, okay.
the
Well, I'll
one
be
in
there
Mesa.
next Wednesday, so I'll let you know.
All right, yeah. Brett will be out there fixing Toledo's mistakes. I thought it was
tabs.
Because for those of you who don't know, Toledo skipped out on a bill and an entire group of listeners. You did, too.
Did not.
You left.
I did leave. But
without paying.
No, I left money on the
That's
table.
not what they say. The story is that several of them emailed me. It was like, yeah, Toledo just left us with the bill. That was great, which is hilarious. Good move, I say. All right, fans, the superstar's out. Enjoy paying for my elixirs later. And then you walked away. And it's a legendary story. The guys that you skipped out on still email me. Told Toledo that with the interest, it's about $28 now. So good for you, Brett. Nice job. You had somebody. The bill got paid, is all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
And everybody was aware of who was going to pay and what happened.
Yep. He paid up, and I bought him a couple shots, and we're all good.
Okay, nobody throwing fists.
No.
Nobody, all right, good. All
Before
good.
you got there,
There was the west side, but no fists were thrown.
Oh, so bullets and
Yeah.
knives.
Well,
Okay, I see.
yeah, I can
You
see.
avoided all that.
before you got to Hooters, did you ride the coaster a couple of times over there?
No. Not my thing.
Does it run at night during the summer?
I think it does. I think it only runs
Wow.
at night in the summertime.
I think it runs a lot because sometimes I ride my bike up the canal that goes right next to it, and that coaster's going. Ghost
can hear the
people
rumbling?
well, it just goes
They
like
just run it?
You ride right by it, and you're looking, and I'm like, there's the cars, but nobody's in it because it's 150 outside. But sometimes that thing just goes, and there's rides going. I've never been in Castles and Coasters. I've never done. I never even had a
Twice, I
walk through.
think.
Have you? I've
Yeah.
never been in there.
I think I've been in there once, and it was with the station.
Yeah, it's like Golfland on steroids. Just
Well, yeah, but it's also where my dad taught me to be judgy for years of the avenues, and even as a child, I grew up being aware of the avenues. And he's like, "We're not going over there." It was more because he didn't want to drive, but he also was scared to death of the area.
So Golfland, were your digits free over there at the Castles and Coasters?
Well, no, there's no water pool.
Oh,
There's no
okay,
water
gotcha.
parks there. It's just regular rides.
That's
right.
So,
But that lazy river, you could have maybe slid a few in, but you would have been caught.
yeah, it was. It's too calm. You know, you can.
Yeah.
We used to
You need
clog
a
up
little
at
commotion.
Golfland. The tubes that you slide down, we would stop and clog them up and get
Try
in
and stop
trouble.
people.
Oh
And,
yeah, but then you get people jacking into.
That was
you
the
and
fun part, is that you'd do it like you'd always get in line in front of a girl. Like we would juxtaposition ourselves to be in front of like chicks, and then we'd clog it up, and then they'd go cramming into us with their legs spread open, and we thought something good was happening. We were idiots. We didn't do what Brett did, which was Cuomo penetrate, but all we did was just kind of let them bang into it.
I'm Italian,
I know,
all right?
all right. It's not an excuse.
I do it to everyone.
Sorry about that. Somehow or another,
I kiss, I hug.
I clogged up the tubes. I'm like Mario. I'm here to plumb it out. Looks like we got a backup over here. Sorry about my fingers got wild. Yeah. Bing. Doot, doot, doot. My fingers are going inside you. Yeah. What is this? Anyway, I wanted to read this because this is a great one. I've not witnessed it yet. I did see two people fight back at the what is this thing, an AMPM or whatever that is up on the corner?
K.
Circle K.
Circle K. When I went in there a couple days ago when the guy goes, please wear a mask. And the person at the door just goes, and left. Because that's what I would have done, too. Because I'm like, I've got one on me. So the tension, I've been bringing this up for a while. Democrat, Republican, I don't care what side you're on, vax, anti-vax. The tensions are high. This guy emails, listen to this. It says, Dear John, and I always, by the way, if you ever want me to fully read your email, start it with this phrase. You are so right. I'm going to finish reading that. I just had a teacher push me to my brink at my son's school. Slightful. Then we calmed down. All because he made my kid wear a mask and my kid started to act out about it not being a requirement. The teacher told him, and he's 13 years old, whatever an adult says is now what's mandatory. And he needs to throw his parents' Trump playbook, in quotes, away because he's Mr. Blank so-and-so and it's his classroom. I requested a meeting with him. Because, yes, I'm a Trump guy, and, yes, my son probably hears the household being a Trump people, but I'm also rational. I told my son he was wrong. I needed to listen to the teacher and just do what he said and get through this thing. I wanted to tell this teacher that also he was wrong. But like you've been saying, tensions are so high the second I got there, I could sense this was going to go bad. I remember the other day you said, it's going to be nothing but fist fights coming up this fall and winter because everybody's going to be mad about masks and vaccine cards. The teacher, after talking for a second, said, no, I'm not going to apologize because I've done nothing wrong. It's my classroom. Your son isn't vaccinated, and neither are you and your family, and I'm protecting my classroom. To which I probably improperly responded, F you. He'll wear your stupid mask. Apologize for the political stuff. He wouldn't. He turned away and said, I'm done with this meeting. I reached for his shoulder to turn him towards me, and I said, I'm not done. I was furious. He spun, smacked my arm off his shoulder, and said, don't ever touch me. I responded by grabbing his arm very hard. Then he grabbed me. I grabbed him. Before you know it, we're on the ground in a classroom. Oh. To his credit, he's the one who said, what the hell are we doing? And it popped in my head, your voice. Got to let cooler heads prevail. We both immediately started apologizing to each other. This is all about masks. That's it. Stupid COVID. It drove me to the brink of fighting a man. I wrote this to let you know that you may have saved a man's life, also a teacher, because I would have crushed this dude and ended up in jail, and it was close to getting bad. I just want to thank you for your insight. I didn't see this coming. I think I owe you because for some reason, thinking how silly it was the other day when you said everyone's going to be fighting each other, vaccine cards are bad. This stayed out of the news. This probably would have been a national story, saved me tons of time and drama. Your quote, let cooler heads prevail, is awesome. So, it's not my quote, it's just smart. I just wanted to share this and say, keep up the good work. You guys do more than you think. You're not just a fart show. Nathan. Wow. Right there. Dude almost beat up his kid's teacher just because they had it's the same thing at the Swizzle Inn when that lady got touched. Everybody's about close to popping.
It's almost a taboo topic sometimes when you're around.
It is.
Start
Almost.
talking about
is.
it.
You don't bring it up.
is,
It made
yeah.
me, you know what? Well, we had an incident here the other day that I started laughing at. It's all cool now, but a couple of the salespeople were mouthing off about how stupid these people are for not vaccinating. And if you just, I can't believe these, and they're doing it in front of a person who wasn't vaccinated for whatever reason. And she said, guys, I haven't gotten the shot yet. And then, you know, they were nice enough. Oh, you know what? We were going a little far with that. And that was like really funny, but it's tense.
Vax shaming.
There's vax shaming. And I think there's, you know, that's going to continue. There's in a certain aspect of society that's going to happen to make that continue. The only way to get people to do the vaccine who are not on the fence, that are just one side, is to shame them into feeling guilty about it. And that's not my plan or my desire, but that's what's
Or more and more businesses are mandating.
It's just going to occur. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's why I want this. I'm not, you know, CNN and screaming out that's my belief. I just see things that I know are going to happen. That's one of them. The shaming is coming, whether you like it or not.
Sense tensions.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think our building is? Liberal R words or Republican R words?
Honestly, I think it's about middle. I
think?
It's about split.
I wonder why.
I think some of the Trumpers and R words are pretty quiet.
Because I don't have a filter.
All right. Well, yeah.
Which is a good thing that I'm not really on a side. I know, Brad. It's an announcement I'd like to make. But good thing is that I ride the middle.
Right.
I'm not sitting there saying I'm Republican or Democrat because I can't stand either side.
But see, people take that as you being liberal.
They do?
I think so.
So I get emails from both, and I laugh. Like, you're such a Trumper. You're such a liberal
That's what
bitch.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm a Trumper or I'm a liberal bitch.
Which am I?
That's a good thing.
People can't pigeonhole you?
Well, you can't pigeonhole me, and I'm not trying to be elusive. I'm just saying I don't know how you stand on one side or the other. Certain things I agree with Trump for sure, and the right. Certain things I agree with on the left. But it's
when
weird.
It comes down, I think most people maybe get the impression on either side, when it comes down to tax talk and revenue and.
Oh, I don't know what. Well, that's the problem. There's
Yeah.
taboo topics like that. You can be on one side or the other, and if you're talking about taxes, you're boring anyway. I mean, I don't want to be in a conversation with anybody that brings up taxes. That's just not a conversation I'm invested in. So, how about that tax rate? I go, God, you're a father of three, aren't you? You're gonna start spouting off like where you saved money on gas.
What
next.
I meant
You're
is-
the least interesting human being.
Saved a ton.
I saved 7 cents this morning at my new gas hotspot.
Got my Fry's VIP points. Saving me
Got
that
the new
money.
app.
I don't want to have conversations with anybody who's been neutered to the point
It's
of
not even
gas
that,
savings. Oh, don't do it, Brady. Don't defend this.
Oh, no.
Okay,
It's
good.
just sometimes the person that was saying, like, an example would be, I'm paying for your teachers.
Oh, yeah.
You might get an idea, okay, this person might be leaning
Yeah.
right.
Well, the first thing is
Sure.
everyone is paying for the teacher.
Exactly.
So anybody that
I
bitches
pay
on
extra.
either side of that,
Right, and you hear
Yeah.
that. And
I
you're
don't
like,
want to pay
okay.
for anything. That's
Right.
not Republican or Democrat. That's humanity. I don't want to pay for somebody else's stuff. It's like saying I paid for everybody's dinner, and this person got 2 butcher's cut steaks to go. I had to pay extra for this jackass.
Yeah.
This particular group gets extra of my money. I'm just announcing it. It's true. It's not a stance. I don't want to pay for them.
But that's what we do. We end up hearing one thing and like, oh, okay, well,
Sure.
that's
Because we're
true
entrenched.
in a lot of stuff.
Everybody's trenched into what they
Right.
think they should. Everybody has to side up.
Yeah.
Instead of just being logical people that kind of
I like this about
vacillate
that.
and have their own opinions about certain topics. I think the gay thing, fine, go nuts, go crazy. I don't understand any of it. Yesterday, People TV, whatever that show is on at 6:30 with Kay Adams from the NFL Network. She hosts some Entertainment Tonight-like
You're
show.
the only one watching it.
I know. Well, it was on, and it drew my eye because there was a pregnant man on there who has a better beard than me. That pisses me off to know it. That I don't know if that's liberal or conservative or what, but when I see a former woman becoming a man and they have better facial hair than me, I get furious. I immediately fire up angry because I'm like, God damn it, I'm a real guy. I'm an OM, an original man. You have been doing this for an hour and a half, and you have a better beard than I could grow in years. And you're pregnant. It pisses me off, Brady. It's like half man stuff. But they were doing it for people's family issue. And these people, it's so hard walking around being a pregnant man and having all these people stare at me. I'm like, you're in People magazine, you dumb. If it's so bad,
You're
don't go
highlighting
in.
yourself.
Yeah, you're the one doing the photo shoots, you asshole. So I don't know what that makes me liberal or just common sense. I think it's just I'm a sensible person who looks and goes, you're bitching about the attention you got and how hard it was. And then People says, can we put you in the magazine? You had to make a big stink out of this. If it was a big deal, stay at home.
And that's
You're a
what
pregnant
those
man.
stupid shows want, though.
But that doesn't
Oh,
make
yeah.
sense. How come nobody? Because all it's designed to do is make the people who are super woke swoon with everything, and the people
Right,
who are
right.
so right
Leave
they
that
get
person alone.
they get mad at the TV, and then you got people like me who are like, how the f- do I get a beard like that?
Don't look at the bearded pregnant man.
Oh yes! How dare you judge a bearded pregnant man? I'm sorry. That's a row with new colors to
I
me.
gotta look.
I'm looking at that. That's a car driving backwards and a guy sitting on top, and I don't know how it's working. I'm staring at that. I'm looking at that all the time. Maybe someday I'll get used to it, but I'm going to put money on it. I'll never get used to that. And I'm mad about the beard.
Everybody looks at the peacock because it's different.
NBC?
Because it's different.
Oh yeah,
Whatever
no,
it is,
yes, of
whatever-
course.
Whatever is different, you're going to look at it.
Of course.
Next up, Maury for him.
Who?
The pregnant man.
Oh, Maury.
Yeah,
Oh,
Maury.
do you understand it either?
No,
I don't know
I
who
was
Maury is. I did. We
Mari
didn't get it.
Stoudemire?
Maury Povich.
I thought you said Amari. I'm like, why would he be involved? Oh, Maury. I see. Yes, Maury Povich. Yeah. Well, we already know who the father is. The dude that was with him was named Biff and stuffed him, and it was he had a beard like mine. It's annoying. Like I want a Jeremy beard. I want one of those old Jer beards. One of those
Biff.
I know Confederate beards. Nothing better than being gay by a dude named Biff. But yeah, so I'm watching that pregnant man show. And I'm like, I don't know what this makes me on one end or the other. Fine, do what you want. But don't go on TV and in People magazine and on their website and start screaming about how tough it is that people noticed you. Because I wasn't a little bit. And he said, I just wanted to be, and this isn't yeah, it is. It's exactly how he sounded. I just wanted to be one of those people that had a little tiny bump and just bloop, and the baby came out. It was just an easy No, I was real pregnant. And then they showed shirts off pics of this incredibly pregnant dude, and he was big. There's no hiding this. I mean, guess there is. Stay home if you hate being out and you're worried.
Hiding.
And then some of the people, just the hate and the anger. It was just really hard to be a pregnant man and go about your business. Yeah, did you just hear yourself? Of course it's hard to be a pregnant man and go about your business. You are really going to stand out all day long.
I want to know how many are out there. How many pregnant men right now?
I don't know, but the show was like, they put him in the family issue. And I don't know that I'll ever get used to that. So call me right wing, left wing on that. I just call it bananas because I'm normal. Well, we're normal too. Nuh-uh. You just said you're not.
The only things that keep coming up is the
There he
dude
is.
from 2008.
Oh, that's that old guy. No,
That's
this
the
is
other
a dude.
This is a new one?
Yeah, Biff is
That's
the daddy.
Tom Beatty.
Biff is the daddy, and the mommy daddy, I forgot his name. But just check out people.com. Oh, it's that?
Just wait, like 5 months from now. Can a man breastfeed his child without people looking?
Right. No, it can't ever happen. And the faster we recognize that you're always going to get looked at, Jeremy's leaving. You can't take it.
Had enough of this conversation.
I can't believe people are. It's just weird. Weird is always going to catch eyes. Can't I just have my wang out of my pants and be a decent woman? What? No, I've got to look at that. Doesn't make sense.
That dude with a beard just put a blanket over his kid, and kid's on his chest.
And then you get those people like, all right, boomer. Like, yeah, there's some things boomers did right. There they are. Look at the beard on this guy. God damn it. That's all I care about.
Wait a second.
That's the fam. Oh, where's Biff? Biff's in white sitting down on the
Biff's
ground.
in white.
Yeah, and then the mom is in the black shirt.
I would have thought it was the other way around almost.
No,
just
I
by
know, because
appearance.
Got
the
more hair
beard.
in his legs than I do.
Yeah, right. He's more of a man than I am when it comes to facial hair. And he's kind of got good muscle tone, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. The transition did him well. Look at that. It's a much better beard than I've got. And it's not a good beard, but that was a woman like a year ago. In fact, it still is. You got to be careful with that dude. You take him out for a few beers, next thing you know, you knocked him up.
Oh, man.
You got to be really, really careful with your friends nowadays. I knocked my buddy up. Who? Tom?
How'd you do
Yeah.
that?
I don't know. We got to drinking, and the next thing, like, I have a vagina, right? And I'm like, let's use that.
You were just at happy hour.
I'm using that. This is not gay at all. I mean, I'm just not going to touch cheeks with you because your beard is so thick. And he seemed like a pleasant person, but you can't go on TV and bitch about how people were looking at you because you're a pregnant man. Of course they are. That's like saying, I can't believe that. Remember Toledo when we were at that Bob Evans in Ohio,
yeah.
and that lady came in with no body? No body from her rib.
On a stool,
body.
Brett. On a stool.
What? From her rib cage down, there was nothing there. And she had a big eggs and bacon breakfast. And all I thought was,
we kept thinking,
where's the poop go? What's going to happen here? Where does the food go?
Yep.
It's landing about where her heart was and stopping somewhere. Of course we stared. My friend Steve's like, stop staring. I'm like, how can I not stare? Where's the rest of it?
Steve, it's in my line of sight.
How do you get into an accident? And the doctor says, we got to remove from the ribs down. Just kill me.
But follow
And you
that
can
up-
survive it.
Follow
You'll
that
be
up
all right.
with, you'll be fine.
All right.
We can do this.
Yeah, there's not. We're going to cut you off right from the bottom rib. Like, where's my stuff? We're just going to stuff all that up into your rib cage. I'm like, where's my penis and stuff? It's not going to be there anymore. How do I pee? Tubes.
Yeah, don't worry
I don't
about
want this.
Kill me now.
Don't worry, people can't see it. It's all on that stool that you're on.
Right. Well, people could see it because
Yeah.
the stool
There's
was about
mirrors.
the stool's about 6 feet. Like she came rolling in like she was in a throne. Like whoa, to your left, to your left, to your left. Now, if she was pregnant too, I'd have passed out. The doctor probably said, don't worry about it. After we take half your, after we cut you in half, you'll be at Bob Evans in a year or so. Really? Yeah. People are probably going to know.
Right, you're right. I can't even grow that much.
Well, that's him all trimmed up.
Right.
He had
That's
a
what I'm
nice
saying.
one going, but yeah, it's a beard. Then that makes me like Chaz Bono's beard. Everything I've ever wanted.
Were they married before and then
Oh, that's a big.
Biff decided to transition, or did they meet after the transition?
That, Brad.
Yeah. Find
Does that
out.
bother you?
Yeah.
That if they did this without being married?
They violated
No,
God.
he fell for
I can't believe you would do this without the sanctity of marriage. I don't know. See,
They married in
yeah.
2013.
Then
Brady.
he got knocked up a couple years ago. So they've been married. It's good. It's all within God's eyes.
That's why I was checking.
Took him 4 years in court to adopt
They adopted
his
their
niece.
His niece, and they never
and
mentioned
nephew.
that.
Niece and nephew.
The two people that they picked up off the streets were his niece and nephew, and they adopted them. And they said when his sister was no longer able to care for the kid, which tells me the family's got all sorts of goofy going on. That means the sister's some sort of drug addict or like in jail, or they would have said like she was ill, or they'd have added to the drama if it was a natural thing. But the fact that they said she's no longer able to care for the kids, that pretty much means she had a drug problem.
So it paused testosterone therapy in 2017
Yeah, to get pregnant.
birth Leo, according to the article.
So that's why, I mean, the other curiosity thing was the guy, her husband, is that Biff?
Yeah, Biff is the
He was looking for a man
Use
with
the
a
right
vagina.
pronouns, Brady.
Hey.
Him.
Hey, I don't know what he was looking for, but he's got one. So I think
Yeah.
he was looking for. Well, that's what they said, and I giggled because I'm a child. They said, well, people don't know what to do when they see a queer family, and I'm like, oh, we're not allowed to laugh at that. That's funny.
damn.
It's a funny phrase. I don't know what Biff was into. You have the wrong questions, but I like them. Like you're going down roads I didn't. Were they married first? What was Biff first interested in? Like you're worried about Biff if
I'm
this
curious
is all a
about
shock
their
to
life's
him.
journey.
What was Biff? Is Biff getting a curveball here, or is this what he wanted? I don't know.
Because there are some people.
Yeah, he had a buck angel on his hands. He had the best of both. He had a woman transitioning, but he still got to hit the honey hole on the rag.
Yeah.
That's what you're
Maybe that's
asking.
what he wanted.
Did he date a woman thinking, I want this woman, and then she swap a
Yeah,
root on
I'm
him?
looking for that.
I don't know.
I think it's a good question.
It's an odd question.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Biff too much. Think of the pregnant man. How are you looking at the B side of this 45 right now? What's on the other side of I want to hold your hand? I don't know. That's the hit.
John, would Toledo rather have a mom that thinks he's a dad or no dad?
Yeah, in this situation, if your dad came back and was a woman.
As,
Well, now you're like 50. Who cares? That's a great story. And in your
as
world,
Roberta?
very possible.
Oh, yeah.
Because this kind of
Roberta?
stuff has been your life.
Be like, hey, Roberta, what's happening?
I don't know. I don't think that would bother me. If my dad came back
bother
as a
me.
woman, I would laugh at him.
That would be-
hysterically. Like
that
a
would be a
cowgirl.
shock.
If he came back as a cowgirl from Texas, like all of a sudden Dan is Janita.
Wahoo!
I'm just living my true self, John. Dad. Really? I want you to call me Mom. No, I already got one of those. We're not doing this. I'm going to punch you in the dick. Lady.
Good luck.
Good luck, pal. I still kick your ass. All right. No one's ever said the phrase, I want to be a 73-year-old woman, ever. So I'm not real worried about Dan switching now. Although, hilarious and great for the show. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. So I'm super liberal when it comes to that. If you want to do it, go nuts. But don't go on TV and say, people stared. Yeah, people stared. It's going to, especially if you're a pregnant man.
John, you've been saying it for years. Judge the person at work. Imagine that dude's job.
Oh, what?
Judge the weirdo at work.
Yeah, oh, you got to. Well, yeah, but he has to go to an office every day, and everybody's got to be normal.
Right.
But you know it's not normal, and there's people like you're on eggshells. If we had a pregnant man working in this building, can you imagine filterless me, Brady asking all the wrong questions? You'd be the one that gets in trouble for going. So,
What are you talking about?
when did you perform the old swaparoo, and was your partner aware of it? Like, oh, this is insane questioning. I think they're good questions. I just avoid them. Like if Dave Haar downstairs showed up with a belly full of baby.
Dave, what's going
Dave,
on?
I got to say, I can't be in within, I just got to be 100 feet rule for you because I'm going to do something
Wait a minute,
stupid.
The Christmas party?
Oh,
All
I
bets are
couldn't
off.
go to that if pregnant Dave Haar was there. No.
You'd be hosting a baby shower.
What?
No, I wouldn't. I couldn't be around it.
The reveal party.
Oh, I'd be so
God.
fired within a month of having a pregnant man in this building. I don't know how all the people did it. There's a question Brady would ask.
How many people at your office got fired for saying the wrong thing around you? Because you are an anomaly. You're a weirdo. Look it up.
Yeah, so anyway, that was my night on TV. But everybody's lost their mind. So I've got to thinking, like, I don't know what we are, this building. You think it's 50-50 split? I'd say we lean more towards libtards. I'd say most sales are lib. I'd say most of the KDKB's in
The other
building.
hall,
I forgot
down-
about that.
down
Forget
that
about
hall,
it.
yeah.
You go down the hallway, and it is.
I think it's weighted. I think it's more lib here.
Yeah, but we have.
Not a tremendous amount, but I think it definitely leans
Yeah.
that way.
I
KDKB
would
is
go that
so
way.
far to the left, a pregnant woman makes them stare. How did that happen? Yuck. You did what with your penis and her? I didn't know women could do that. And KSLX is just, I don't know what that is. That's heavy lib. Man, I think we're probably having, you don't think so? I think just one. I'm trying to think of the people that aren't, that make big stinks out of it. I don't know. The eggshells are here. The reason I'm saying this is because that letter and what I've been seeing with the Vax cards, and it already started in the schools. I'm sure, Toledo, your chick is over there at the school every day just shaking her head going, oh, boy. The mask mandate thing and the teachers that they're going to have to deal with parents.
They haven't had too much of an issue. They're following Ducey's order. They can't tell kids to mask up.
So they're not doing any mandate stuff. But one of these teachers eventually is going to say something.
Well, it's going to be the district because there's already a couple of districts in the state that are saying,
It's all trouble.
just
Come
like,
after
just
us.
like Florida.
We're masking up.
We're going to do it.
Oh, fistfights.
And my thing is like, follow the order. If you don't like the guy in office, you still got to follow his rules. If he makes a rule, then you got to follow that rule. But how's he gonna enforce it?
Right.
You going to send
You
the
got me.
Gestapo to the school
National
to arrest
Guard
what?
to shut the
arrest
kids down.
kids? You know what's going to happen? So the school districts kind of know that, and they're going to throw it in his face, make him look like the bad guy.
No clue. I just know that the day that they ask for Vax cards, somebody's going to say something. There's going to be
Because
a full-out
everybody's on
melee
edge.
at Walmart. There's a full-out.
You think
No, they're not gonna do it at
you think
Walmart.
Walmart's asking for
I
vaccine cards?
guarantee you if they make it a rule, the people at Walmart will fight the people. You didn't ask for my Vax card. It doesn't matter what side, somebody's going to fight the other. If Walmart's not asking for them, somebody's going to go there and say, how come you're not asking? It's a mandated thing. And then that person's going to fight. If you go to a place where they ask
Target,
for a vaccine.
maybe. Walmart?
Everywhere. It's everywhere. It's not going to be Walmart doing it. Walmart will take
I know,
one
I
side.
hear you, but-
the opposite
It's the
side.
hillbillies.
The opposite side will show up. If it's it's always that. And then there's just tension. There's just too much nonsense going on. And then you just said, what band is it that said that you have to have a negative test to get in?
Well, I think it's actually the theater, the federal
Yeah,
theater,
it's
because
a promoter.
for Rise Against is the first show we're having there,
Oh.
and so you either got to be test negative within 72 hours or show proof of your Vax card,
To get
and
in.
you have to have both. You have to have both shots, not just the one.
Which I don't understand within 72 hours. You
can
get
still
within-
catch it, yeah.
You
I
get
don't
it
know.
within 24.
Yeah.
That's covering their ass. But
I
I'm
get
telling you,
that,
there's
but, man.
step one, a rock concert for Rise Against.
I'm going to be interested to see the attendance.
It'll
Won't
be interesting.
discourage ticket sales at all.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I don't know if
you have
it-
to jump through hoops in order to attend a show. That I would have to believe that's
It's
going to
affect it a bit.
Sales.
I think it
for
will
sure.
for sure.
And I wonder what happens with the people that are anti-vaxxers and don't want to do that and already bought tickets.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
mean,
tickets
are
have
they
been
going to
sale
get
for a while.
Yeah, they're going to get refunded, or I don't know.
Good question. Now, do you get a refund to say I'm not vaccinated and I'm not getting the test? I
Yeah.
want my money back.
And
No,
they'd
no
say,
refunds.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I
Go
don't
get
know.
your stupid test.
that's your fault. You didn't get
You
vaccinated.
get your money back if you come back positive in the 72-hour window.
Yeah.
True too.
What if
yeah.
you get tested and you're like, oh, now I can't go because of your rules? What happened to rain or shine? Remember concerts were rain or shine?
Yeah.
It's like they'd go up there with lightning and stuff. Pandemic or
A
not?
new thing, death or COVID, we're doing it.
I don't care. It's so bad. But anyway, good luck out there. Brady's got all the questions that you need.
Biff, how shocked were you? Were
Write
you guys
them down now.
Did you guys take were you betrothed in the eyes of the Lord before all this nonsense? Heathens? Or were you heathens? I mean, she was a woman. You did it right to start, and then this went haywire.
It's going to be nuts. But I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. I'm saying it's going to get goofy. Making people show their papers. Oh, we haven't learned a thing. Not a thing. Jeremy's out in the van this morning. We'll tell you where in just a second, but he's going to make you show your papers, too.
You know something that pregnant dude can do, John?
Uh-oh.
Change your tire and your windshield wipers.
I changed my tire just fine. I don't know the windshield wiper. I saw a pregnant man try to change windshield wipers. It didn't go well. Brady couldn't get his hump over the top of the Jeep. But yeah, it was a pregnant dude on TV last night, and nobody said, isn't this crazy? Everybody acted like I was supposed to be totally cool with it, and I'm fine with them doing it. Not bitching about it. It was just such a difficult time. So many people were acting so strange. No, you were acting strange. People were noticing that. It's not. Will it ever become a normal thing? I don't think I'll ever get used to that. I could live to be 1,000. And then maybe the last 50 years, I'd be like, I'm sort of used to the pregnant guy thing. I've seen it all. That's new to me. And you're asking an awful lot of people over the age of 70 to change everything they know.
That's part of being a guy, not having to have a kid.
It is.
What the hell's wrong with that?
Brett, that is.
What the hell? What's wrong with that?
That seems like a real stupid thing to say, but man, it's not now.
No.
Part of being a man is not having a child.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Carry that.
That's science or something. It's weird. But a bigger part of being a man is when you're pregnant. That's hard. It's hard to say because it's not supposed to be a thing. And you're worried about the way people are going to react. Don't go on mother effing TV. Draw attention to yourself and say you hate the attention. And then do a photo shoot. Plus the cake is, well, you made more money off of it.
Oh, yeah.
I was more curious to see the honey hole. Because if the beard's going, that bush has to be out of control.
I don't want to see that on the fappening.
Think about that. You're taking all that testosterone and stuff. The beard shoots off of a lady face, and that bush has to be Amazonian.
Pristine.
No, nothing about it.
No
There's
way.
no clip. No.
Brady's right.
Brady,
it's
no.
full groomed because of the way his face is.
It is full
Yeah.
groomed, but I'm telling you, Homer Simpson does a thing where he shaves, and then he looks in the mirror, and 5 o'clock shadows back in a second. That's going on down there.
So it looks like Mark Randall's face then, basically? It's all
It
trimmed up
does
and-
after like a weekend,
Okay.
and then they go in and groom it. And
Biff
then
wouldn't stand for
within
that.
Biff doesn't have an option. There's within 5 minutes that thing's already stubbled up. He's one of those guys. Like I bet you have that problem. You shave and you pretty much have stubble within an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's down there with this dude's honey hole.
Ooh.
Pubes akimbo. Everywhere. Their shower is disgusting. Anyway, so that was my night. 6:16. Let's get a wake-up song. 585-9800. A good one to, kind of a pre-fight thing for the entire society. We're all going to be punching each other pretty soon. Give it to us good and strong. We'll scream it together. It's 98 KUPD. Wake up!
Our country is facing a major crisis. We need to find out what's causing it.
KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.